to another episode of True Tea NYC. I'm your host once again, Ashley Breeze. I hope you're all in the holiday spirit because we definitely are, and some of us aren't. So we're gonna talk about all things that pertain to all things. So I'm gonna introduce all my sisters, and then we're gonna get into it. So to the right.
Hi, my name is Sarah Yane.
Jofi.
Hi, my name is Morgan DuPont.
Jasmine Infinity.
Camilla.
All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about is basically pressures to pass and conform. Now, many trans women are pressured to have an ideal image to be accepted, right? And we're going to talk about situations we had, whether we were clocked or treated differently after being identified as trans. So who wants to start it off? Okay, who here has never been clocked?
No.
What?
I don't
We
know.
I have to think of a situation.
So like, that's a good question, right?
I can speak about something actually, a time where I actually was clocked.
Okay.
Clocked. This, I don't know, it just sounds so funny. I imagine a clock, but anyways,
I don't know.
I don't care for terminology like that. I don't know, I'm just regular, from Brooklyn, whatever. So, but anyhow, there was a point in time where actually I currently reside in the Lower East Side, right, girls? And
boys,
I was
the boys are watching.
okay, and boys too. But of course, this is an intimate side. I meant to, right, amongst each other. But anyways, obviously you guys are seeing this. But I newly moved into the Lower East Side. I would say this was probably like a year and a half ago. And there was this deli that's like I would say near Clinton Street, Clinton Avenue or something like that, but I ain't sure. And I remember there was a bunch of guys that were right in front of the store. They were right in front of the deli. And I remember, them looking at me when I was coming inside of the deli because I had to get like a roll up at the time. I was like a big old pothead, so I just needed like a little zigzag or something. So when I was walking inside the store, they were like, "Oh my, you so cute, blah blah blah. Like, where you from? Trying to talk to me, trying to spit some game, whatever." And these girls, there were these cisgender girls. These cisgender girls. One of the cisgender girls actually resided in the same building that I was in. And we actually had come across each other. It was randomly. She wound up in my home because of a mutual friend that I knew that was mutually acquainted with her. So I spoke. The reason why is because I think I was just talking about surgery stuff, and she was in the midst of it, and then I was like, okay, but I'm open. Like, this is who I am. Like, if you don't like it, then right. So, but anyways, they were giving me life. Well, these guys were giving me all this life, and then the girls were like, "Oh, that's a boy, that's a man, blah blah blah." Wow. So then, it backfired though. It backfired on them, right? Because that made me it made me upset. It did get me upset at the point in time. But I was like, you know what, keep your head up high. You're beautiful. Like, don't let these ratchet hood booging, block hugging girls, to ruin your time. So they told the guys, and then one of the guys. And he was like one of the dealers from the block. He was like, "Well, that must be one beautiful man." Ooh. Ooh. He said that must be. I'm so serious. He said that must be a beautiful man. And then they all started laughing. And the girl's like, and I walked away. And I just started to strut myself because I was just like, so you so mad. Like, you did all of that because you felt some type of way that a woman who so happens to be trans came inside of your, I guess, environment or your atmosphere, and shook up the place a little bit. World. And it wasn't you, and you could, produce babies, but I can't. And the guys were like, drooling over me, and you were just mad. Like, that's just so, like, who does that? Like, you must be that insecure that you have to really go out of your way to say some shit. Like, that's so whack to me. But anyhow,
it happens all the time to us, and it's like. Yeah, it's like people think that, I ain't jealous of you. Then what is it? Like, if you're a cis woman, naturally born female, why are you sitting there trying to force a man not to feel attracted to me? Like, he's gonna want it regardless.
It's like this ideology of scarcity and resources, and cis women who are also oppressed in our society still have to fight for these resources and the attention and validation of men. So then when they feel threatened by, someone who is trans, who they may not necessarily completely understand and view as a woman, they feel threatened in that way because they are now feeling as though they are losing access to resources for their own survival. So it's literally a fight.
Listen, I'm not here like, oh, like trying to holler at me, boys. Like I'm here, like you know,
walking
with the
like this.
Yeah, I wasn't doing all that.
But
I
some
just
girls
came in, you know,
do. Some girls do.
and that's fine.
They walk into spaces like,
you
I'm
know,
a tranny.
you know.
But when you carry yourself as
But you see,
a
that's
woman,
not what I'm. That's not what I am. I'm not a tranny. I'm Morgan Destiny DuPont. That's who I am. And when I walk into,
I'm a tranny.
you know, but
there are
no. But let's be
but we need
serious.
to educate those girls that feel like they have to. Some girls feel like they could never be just a woman. They feel like they'll always be a tranny. So to see someone like Morgan who is of trans experience and she's not being defined as just a tranny, that should be goals for every girl to just see that you are a woman. That's it. You don't have to say, I'm a tranny.
I personally just feel like people, like, that's just another subject in itself. Like, I feel like there's some girls that fetishize their own existence.
Oh, for
and you know
sure,
what I mean?
for sure.
And to me, that's not something that we need to move forward and to rid of the stigma that comes along with us being who we are, because it creates a, oh wait, since I'm trans, I can use my trans identity to do this and get this, and then everything becomes trans. And you see all these girls that are in the forefront now in the mainstream media that, you know, it looks like they really want great for us, they want good for us, but they just using the trans theology of it all just for hello, hallelujah. But
yeah, that's what
right?
That's what Rihanna recently said. She was like, oh, I don't want to use trans people just as like marketing tools.
Right,
Yeah.
and exactly. But that's what even
So
within our community
But at
they
the
do
same
that.
time, like I just said, even about like cis women, this has been for so long the way that we have had to survive. If you weren't passable and, you know, all that kind of stuff, you had to, you know, go to the sex work thing. You gotta advertise yourself as this, and, you know, talk about your dick and all that shit. And
So, yeah.
she-male, you know, the identity of the she-male, and that was like the way for people to survive, also, you know. But we're moving out of that, thank God. you
Right.
know.
So on Facebook, I know you've been ranting and letting the kids have it. You were mentioning the fact that being a black trans woman, you feel so pressured to like, you feel like you're not being seen as a woman because of your height.
I used to hate being tall. It was something I had to deal with. I used to have issues with even my complexion. I used to have issues, you know, with all of these societal pressures that could be put onto us. And, you know, it took a lot of, you know, work for myself to like break out of these ideals, and a lot of self-validation, and kind of like being like, I don't need nobody, I don't need nothing, I'm gonna do me, you know?
Right.
So,
Hey. Dab to them.
okay.
Right, and there's another there's a misconception that all Asian trans women are like 100%, like they never get clocked, and they're more like, they have it easier. So as Sin and Camilla are here, what's the tea? What is it like being an Asian trans woman? What's the tea? What's going on? Let's hear your voices.
Well, it's clearly not better than being black or Spanish. I don't think it's any better than being a black or Spanish trans girl.
I honestly thought that like y'all just walk into spaces and they just think that
That's
just
why that's my opinion. Like
It's like
Asian
an
girls.
that y'all just walk in like, hey, this is a pretty Asian girl. There's no, are you a
I actually feel like I'm like, I get that it's cis a lot, but I feel like I'm not like a, I feel like like when I'm around other cis girls, like I'm not considered like cute. I'm like an average cis girl, and I think it's better to be like a hot ass tranny than an average cis girl.
You're like
Hot ass
tranny.
Yes, I'm gonna be like.
You gotta spell it. I'm a
That's
No.
That's
Don't do that.
I'm just joking, but you have cis. I would think like you have.
Girl, you're hot.
Yeah, but you have
Beautiful,
cis.
you're gorgeous.
Like you have cis passing privilege. Like I don't think that they would anyone. But so let's talk about, you've been clocked before, because I wouldn't have thought. But
Well, I've been clocked in like bad places where you kind of have to get clocked. Like, okay, so like when I got arrested, like I got caught. That was when I didn't have.
wait,
I know, let's talk about that.
girl.
That's been
Yeah.
really.
You was on holding. You was
I was
holding.
in bookings.
And
That's how I got
bookings.
caught.
Yeah.
Let's come back.
Wait, they had to like.
The cute innocent Asian girl was locked up. Wait, what? You were locked?
Let her speak, y'all. Let her
Because
speak her truth.
I didn't have my ID changed at this time, and yeah, I was like with this guy, I was with the trade, and he was the dealer. And oh my god, am I allowed to say that? Am I gonna get in trouble?
No! This is in the past.
They ain't gonna come for you.
It's your truth.
Yeah, so we had a lot of like stuff, like we had a lot of weight on us. And
Damn, bitch, when's this movie coming out? You got right, girl.
no, it was not cute. It was not like a cute situation.
No, never. Getting locked up is the worst.
It's not glamorous. He was really nasty. I was just hanging out with him, and yeah, we were in the car and we got pulled over, and like when we got thrown into the jail, it took a long time for them to like process everything, and when they finally processed everything, they were like, oh wait, you're not even, and they were just like, they took so long to process my information because they just didn't know what to do with me. So they put me like in my own little solitary cell. And then, yeah, I told you that.
You didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. Girl, and they put me in my own cell, and I was across the men's, so the men's all had like their own, like.
They were all in one.
Yeah, they have a group cell, and the guys were like across from me, so the guys would like, they would see me and they would be like, why are you alone? Like they would just like start talking to me and stuff like that. It was really
Wait, talking about that, can I mention something really quickly? Just because she mentioned something about a crazy, because I had something that happened too.
I mean, let's talk about
so something happened like that with me. What happened? We didn't have weight though. We just had a balloon. Okay, this is what happened.
Yeah.
You know, people are shiesty and you're right, annoying, right? So this was like a way back, right? So it was me and another trans sister of mine, along with another. It was a gay male, and we wound up going to like these like Jewish projects in Williamsburg, like just a random like project building, and we went up the stairs and whatever case may be, and we went all the way to the last floor. We start, we about to smoke our blunt, we all sitting down, whatever case may be. Long story short, homegirl, looks, I guess, the door, like where the exit is towards the roof, and she sees that there's a cop coming. But I didn't know. All I seen was they started to run down the stairs. So I'm like, listen, if you go, I go. If you stay, I stay. I'm that kind of girl, you know what I mean? So I saw them going. So I started like skipping, whatever. Long story short, I got arrested, right? I got arrested. They caught my ass. They wound up running. They wound up fleeing, except for my homegirl. Well, the guys did. It was like 2 guys actually, if I'm not mistaken. So long story short, me and my trans sister, we were about to get locked up. The sergeant was super nice to me. And this comes with a pretty privilege. And not to say like, oh, I'm the shit or anything like that, but at the point in time, my sister, like she, I guess, apparently, to society or whatever, she's not heteronormally passable, whatever. I don't like to say clocking or hard or brick. I don't like to use any of that terminology because she's beautiful in her own right,
I like to say brick.
Okay, cool. Hey, brick. But okay, hey, listen, wherever makes
brick lives matter.
Okay. But like, long story short, they basically told her to take off her wig. They were being like really shady with her, and then the actual like I think that you call him the sergeant of the he was like, oh my god, he was like, are you okay? Is everything gonna be alright? He sent her to the meal cell. And I was just like, I'm good, it's fine. Like he was like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here. He was like being super flirtatious, blah blah blah. And then she started to say, that's a trainee too, man, loud. And then they came up and they told the sergeant in the ear something, and then like his whole face turned blue. And then he said no. And then they're like, yeah, that's blah blah blah, like whispering. And then he told me to come closer to him, and then he was like, he said, wait, is it true that you were born a man, you're a man? And I said, first of all, I'm a transgender, blah blah. And I couldn't even finish my words. He said, that way, like it was just like a get out of my face, like treating me like shit. And then they were all like laughing, and like he was embarrassed because you could tell he had googly eyes for me, and they wound up putting me in that cell. And it's just awful that even in the judicial system, that we have to even endure that, that embarrassment, because there were guys that were right next, and they're looking at us like, why are these women here? And then obviously, certain cops, they feel overprivileged and over authoritative, that they want to talk shit on the sidelines, look at you, laugh, giggle, whatever, and it's just it's awful. It's really grotesque. Really.
I have to also share a similar story, and I've been arrested so many times, and
me too. It's not nothing to be proud about, but it happens. And we gotta talk about walking while being trans.
This is literally, and that's, I think, is a part of, just to go back to like the other thing, because race and passability and all that stuff. It's not that you know, we're not all victims to the same thing. It's just the rate at which it happens to whom and how and all that kind of stuff. So my experience, and you know, I've been arrested so many times, but in San Francisco, I was actually coming out of my friend Dean's movie premiere. He had a movie premiere at this place called the Roxy in San Francisco.
At the Roxy.
Yeah. And basically, so we were like leaving there, like a whole bunch of my friends, including my daughters, like 2 of my daughters were with me, Callie, and my other daughter, Drusilla. And we were, you know, in this Uber. I was drunk as fuck, not gonna lie. And I was like, which was why we was all getting in this Uber. And I'm like, in the front, like, oh my God, like, I need to roll this window down. I'm so drunk, like, I need that air on my face. The Uber driver just decided that he didn't want me to sit in the front, that I was like the rudest person he ever met in his life. And, you know, it was just like, you know, putting all this shit onto me. And everyone in the car is just like, what's wrong? He's like, everyone get out the car. He literally kicked us out on the side of the highway, like as we were about to get on the highway. And I'm in the car, I'm like, I'm not getting out of this car until we have another Uber coming that my drunk ass is getting into, and then we're going home. Like, what the fuck? And basically he ended up calling the police or something. The police come, they like drag me out of the car. They, you know, one of my daughters, who is this white, very passable trans woman, was like, you know, what are you doing? Get off of her. She didn't do anything.
Oh, it's okay, Mama. Don't be scared.
She wanted to come kiki with the girls. So, okay. What were you saying? I'm sorry, Desmond.
So, yeah, long story short, again, so we ended up, both her and I ended up getting arrested. Not the rest of our other friends. She's white and, you know, passable the whole time. You know, they're calling me all kinds of he's and him. My skirt is riding up. My dick is hanging out. They're like saying all kinds of shit. But here's the gag. So my ID says female and my name, Jasmine. And, you know, they were feeling it and being like, and her ID, you know, said like male and like her, you know, dead name or whatever. And they were just having the time of their fucking lives in this fucking jail in San Francisco, just like, who's the man and who's the woman, and oh so my God, and, like, so you know, just so flabbergasted that she was trans, and just like they were saying all this fucked up transphobic shit to me, but you know, of course not to her. I wasn't trying to out her or anything like that.
Right.
But, you know, they ended up putting us in the same cell anyway together, and like, you know, ended up treating us both like shit after that, even though, you know, she hadn't really done anything, and she literally just got arrested because she was like telling them not to arrest me, which they were just like, you know, people look at black people, especially because I'm tall and stuff like that, as if I am such a threat to somebody for some reason. Like, I'm just gonna, you know, haul off and like attack people and all this stuff. And it's like, no, that's not the case. So I think that's something I deal with a lot, because, you know, we do have these perceptions about us, whether we believe them or not. Race, class, possibility, you know, all this stuff it's in the ether. Like, people know what it is, even if we pretend, you know, like we're beyond that. It's people still react to our existences in those ways, and so that's something that, you know, I often encounter.
Right, and our experiences are different based on our skin color. So, as another Asian trans woman, do you have any experiences where you were clocked and treated differently?
I mean, I like transitioned recently. I've been on hormones for like 7 months.
Oh,
I feel like
girl,
I know, it's beautiful.
I mean, it's, thank you.
Yeah, like why 7 months?
I just feel like, I mean, I definitely enjoy passing privilege, but I don't like, I try really hard not to prioritize that as like a measure of like how much I'm worth as a person, right?
Right, because people like,
that's so,
because some girls use the fact that they passed to make other girls feel bad. Like, oh, they didn't get my tea, girl.
Exactly.
Ooh, bitch, they read you.
Yeah.
Morgan, they clocked you. Bitch, they called you. Like,
Morgan. No, but the thing is like,
no, but that's what they do.
Race is like, I mean, I agree with that to a degree. Like there are definitely Asian trans girls who cannot pass or who don't pass at any.
That's what I wasn't trying to say that. Like,
totally.
I definitely feel that. Like, obviously, colorism is already a thing, so that's gonna affect trans girls too. But I just think that like maybe it's because I'm Asian. I don't really like feel. You know how like white people can't really like acknowledge your white privilege. It's like I don't feel. It doesn't feel different.
Yeah.
Because it's just your life, right?
Yeah,
that's your experience.
Yeah, like this is just my life. There's a specific experience that is specific to Black trans women, and that's why like dark-skinned Black trans women are among the ones that are like murdered the most, right? Like in the U.S. and I mean in Brazil, and like all kinds of places. So like race is definitely part of it, but I think like if we're speaking about how Asianness is seen by Americans, like when I was presenting as a man, people always thought I was an Asian trans man.
Yeah, I think that's what really helps us is that people aren't really checking for us like that. They kind of pay it because they're just like all Asian people.
Exactly.
Right.
So
which is fun.
That's why. Can I say something?
It's like emasculating, like a whole race of people.
Realness is so subjective. In my I think it's really subjective. Like if I'm among the other East Asian people, like I can see the dimorphism like among our own people. Like I can see that I don't look like Asian cis girls, you know what I mean? But I think when I'm around the people that I be around, I do look different. Like I look different from y'all. So that's why it's more apparent. Yeah.
I just want to say that y'all are also brilliant, not just beautiful, but brilliant, and this is making me so happy.
Oh, you're fantastic.
So I want to hear from Jofi. Oh girl, I have a story too, so we're gonna get to that. But Jofi was in a situation where we were clocked, made to feel different after they found we were trans, and they tried it.
So I was recently casted for this video shoot. The girl.
First of all, get to Miss Jofi. Let's give her a round of applause. She's been quiet, but she got a story to tell.
Okay.
Yeah. So like so she I DM'd her and she was like, oh my god, yeah, and I was like, FYI, I'm a trans woman. Just letting you know, just in case. She was like, yeah, no problem. Like it's gonna be okay. So we get to the video shoot, and now you already have a feeling when something bad is gonna happen to you. So so I go in and there's this guy at the door. I think the owner of it was in an apartment, like studio apartment. So like we go in, me and some girls that I met downstairs that were going to the video shoot too. So we go in the living room. He's like, oh, first of all, you gotta take the shoes off. We took the shoes off and okay. So I'm sitting down with the other girl that I met there. And there's these two girls, they come up to us and they start talking to us, like, where you from? And I'm like, I'm from the Bronx. Okay. So like, there was a lot of girls in there that were doing the video shoot. Morgan was part of.
Okay, so this was a video shoot looking for female models.
Yes.
And casting, right?
And you went as female models who happen to be trans, but
the girls were pre-casted, and they were already screened. I mean, people were pre-selected for this particular.
So you disclosed you were trans before you got there.
I mean, the person who was assigned to cast the girls for that.
The casting director knew.
Right, they were casting for a particular look, which was very almost like an 80s funk aesthetic kind of thing, and it was for this upcoming rapper for Complex.
So we go in the bathroom to change, and the guy, he was like, no, you need to get out because I'm gonna smoke. The guy, the owner of the apartment. So I was like, okay, let me just grab my stuff and you can smoke. But the other girl that I was with, she was like, no, I'm gonna change.
Shout out to Nicole.
We love you, Nicole.
We love you.
So she's like, no, I'm gonna change and you're gonna have to wait. It was understandable. We were waiting for an hour.
Yeah.
So he was like, no, you need to get out. So they started going back and forth. I was quiet the whole time. I was sitting on the floor because I was getting some stuff ready, putting my jewelry on. So he was like, okay, you can close the door. So we changed it in there. I already knew something was gonna happen.
Story's building up. I hear the music.
So we come outside and I see the talking and the going back and forth, and then he goes and then he comes back and he's arguing with her. I'm quiet the whole time. I wasn't saying nothing. I was on my phone, not even paying attention to what was going on. So he's like, okay, I need to talk to both of you girls, and I was like, okay. we go like near the door, and he's telling her that she needs to apologize to him because that's his house and this and that. So like she ended up apologizing to him, and I thought I was there just to listen to what he wanted to say to her. So I was like, okay, like you finished? And he was like, yeah. So I'm making my way to the living room again, and then he's like, oh no, I haven't finished with you. So I was like, okay, So I go back over there to talk to him, and he's there like, oh, like, just tell me the truth. Like, don't you see yourself? Like, don't you notice that you're different from the other girls? And I'm like, and I was like, what you mean? And he was like just be real with me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a trans woman. That's what you're asking, right? And he's like, I knew it. I knew you was a trans woman. You were this and that. And then he started going off, like saying all these things that, don't you see yourself? Like, don't you ever compare yourself to all those girls inside there? Like, will you ever think that somebody like us would want you in the video? That's not the look that we're going for, and this and that. So I was like, okay, well, I stood quiet. I was like,
that got me so mad.
So I was like, let me just.
And you were at the same shoot.
So yeah, well, I don't know if she's gonna get there or not.
I just wanted to let the viewers know that this was the same shoot that Morgan was into.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into how pretty privilege works in certain areas. So
yeah.
Continue.
So like, I was like, okay, let me just grab my stuff, and he's like, make it quick, nigga. And
wait. He said that to a model, a trans model, at a video shoot.
He was like, make it quick and don't make a big deal out of it. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna
and that's why I make a big deal out of everything.
So like, I couldn't hold it in. Like my tears were already there, and I get to the to get my bag, and like the girl is looking at me, Nicole, the friend that I met there. She's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, girl, I just want to cry, and I just want to grab my stuff and leave. Like, it's okay, like it's not for me, I understand. She was like, no, like, tell me what happened. So I was like, just follow me outside. Like, so I left everything. I left my jacket. Like, it was just that moment that everything went.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my thing and I went outside, and I started crying outside, like, cause I feel like so like he made me feel like I was so different, like I was
dehumanized.
Like I was
like you're not like he attacked your womanhood.
So like, I guess Nicole goes inside when she found out what happened to me.
So let me.
Yeah, and then she's gonna.
I'm gonna go from here. So this is why, because no, honestly, I didn't know. Is that no? First of all, like, you are fucking amazing, and your energy, your beauty, everything about you, everything happens for a reason. I'm so glad that it went the way it did, because it showed us certain things, and also like bring a friendship, because I really fuck with this girl. She's really cool, right? So Nicole, the other this is Jenna girl that was there with us, that she was super sweet. She came up to me out of nowhere. I was just hanging out with the other models. They were just like keeping me preoccupied, just talking smack, whatever. And I mean, like, when I first came in, like, they were already like, you know, oh my gosh, you have the look, you have this,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? And like, you know, they were already, but like, you know, I'm the type of person, like, I don't walk around places anywhere like with the thought in my head, I'm transgender. Like, if it's a casting or something, and I'm around girls, I'm a girl just like you. We all girls, no matter what kind of girl you are. You know what I mean? So long story short, she comes up to me and she's like, oh, like, I'm leaving, I can't stay in this shoot, I cannot be here, you know, this is unacceptable. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, she was a bit irate. And then she told me, she's like, they just told you know, Jofi right now that, you know, she can't be here because she's trans, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? All it took was for me to go to the hallway and see this beautiful girl with streaming tears down her face. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of, but so mind you, you know, a lot of girls like some camera time, so they don't care about the moral of the story, they don't care about the principle of it all, and just like the shiciness, shadiness that just occurred, they would stay there and rock out just to be in the video. But not I don't, that's not the kind of person I am. I saw that, so I walked right in and I was like, where's this guy at? So then I see the dude, and he's like, I start packing my shit up, I start putting my stuff. He's like, where you going? I said, I was like, how dare you? Like, how dare you come up to this girl and inappropriately, you know what I mean, tell her to leave because she's trained. Are you serious right now? He's like, oh no, it was no offense. I didn't mean anything out of it. It was this, that, and third. And then Nicole's with me. She's like, no, that's what you know. She's like, you know, I know what you said. That's fucked up what you said. And I was like, and you know what's the crazy part is that you can never judge a book by its cover. And the reason why I'm packing up my shit too is because I'm transgender. Yeah. And I said that in front of all the girls, all the girls that were there. And he was like, like started coughing up, and I was like, like honestly, I didn't know, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, are you serious? Like you think I'm that thirsty enough to sit here and have you treat a beautiful girl like that and have her go out there crying and then sit here and like not have integrity enough to just like, oh, you know what, it is what it is. Like I didn't get clocked or whatever you want to call it, so I'm just gonna rock out and just be in. No, like you guys don't deserve my beautiful face. You guys don't deserve hers. You know, and it's just like, first of all, you never judge a book by its cover, because all these girls could have been transgender. Like, and for you to treat and outcast somebody like that was so fucked up. So I took my shit, and then he kept on saying, oh, they'll make a big deal out of it, blah blah blah, because he didn't want to, I guess, put a reputation on this new upcoming rapper. But the rapper himself, he didn't really do much about it anyways. So I told the homegirl that casted us, I was like, I told her what the situation was. She was super sorry, but she was getting paid because she was casting all of us. And I took my pretty ass along with her pretty ass, along with Nicole, shout out to you, her pretty ass, and we left. And we just left the premises. I mean, she bounced. We called her because like she was just, you know, imagine being put in that situation. It was just horrible. And
like I thank Nicole and like Morgan for me. If I wouldn't went home that night, the thought that I had in my head was like, because it happened to me before, and it's not a good feeling, because like you just think about it. Oh my god, am I really that ugly? Am I really that like?
No,
and you're not.
Girl, you're beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
You're
so that beautiful.
I was thinking about that. Like, oh my god, like I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get home. Like, you know, I feel so.
But you see, everything happens for a reason, and no lie, like that night turned around. She came in, she shed some tears, and we laughed about it, and we were just like, come on, I mean, you know, we're all beautiful. We was like, y'all needed us. It is what it is. We just turned up and had a good time. And we just enjoyed each other, and like, you know, it just goes to tell that, you know, like you know, to stick with each other, you know what I mean? Like, you really...
No, like, for real. Like,
no, seriously, that's what it's about.
It ended up,
you know?
so freaking good that night that out of something so bad, like, we turned it into something so good. Like, we had the time of our lives.
It's literally, like, what I do also, and what I think about a lot is, like, when these horrible, fucked up situations happen, that's why I'm so vocal, even about, you know, the things that people may not necessarily want to hear, you know, on my Facebook or whatever, but the things that I'm going to, because I'm putting it out there and turning it into something else for other people. I'm taking my own struggle and my own problems and being like, this is what I'm going through, and like, you know I'm not alone. I know that's why I'm putting it out there.
It's just like, I think every trans girl actually feels like that. I don't actually want to die. But sometimes, like, I don't want to actually do the act of killing myself. That's painful. But like, sometimes I'm like, I think I'd rather be like not here. You know?
Right. I know.
And that's unfortunate that we have to like get that, have that feeling and have that thought even in our mind, just because of society, because that's what it stems from. At the end of the day, is the people, how people treat you, the people that you surround yourself with. I mean, you walk out your door, like you're here just like, you know, wondering whether or not you should walk out or not, and all this stuff. And just, it's so unfortunate, and it's like, you know, like I hate it. Like I hate it. It's so whack. Like, and I just feel like we all.
I don't really want to die. Like, why would I rob myself, you know, of life and the experience that it can be? But, you know, sometimes it just seems like, you know, be real, it just seems like, you know, like, do I really want to deal with this shit sometimes, you know? Like,
you're beautiful, like, you really are. I'm not even saying that to just G your head up, like, but no, seriously, no, you are, and like, it's just like, people just need to like learn to just, so ignorant. Like, why are people so ignorant? That shit just bugs my fucking feather tails.
Well, I had a situation that was traumatizing. Oh my, I used to feel like that. Like, oh my god, like I must, like, you just want to go and hide your face. A long time ago, like 2008, me and my girlfriend, who we both were now moans, so you know, we were, you know, moans do their job though, you know. So we went to TRL, right? Viacom. Like, we were in the audience, like we were guests in the audience, right? So then there was a security guard. We had tickets and everything. A security guard came and was like, tall black security guard goes, "You two, nah, y'all gotta go." And we're like, what? Mind you, the whole audience, like all like white, Caucasian, and you know, teeny boppers. So like, it made us feel like, damn, like what? We're not America's, like, we're not worthy to be on TV, or like, you know what I mean? So they just kicked us out. And so like that traumatized me. I'm like, oh my god, like damn, like after that experience, I was like so nervous, like, oh my God, like, wow, like people will really just pull you out because they feel like you're not like, you know, appealing, and it hurts, you know.
But isn't that, I mean, like, how long ago? I mean, that was
2008, so I was not like on Mo's. I was just androgynous, like, you know. But
I'm saying, wouldn't it now?
We have love now.
Illegal, right? Wouldn't that
now?
A case in.
But back then,
maybe
being trans was not something you could profit, because now TRL had Gigi Gorgeous on, so like now being trans is cute.
That's the thing.
So like, back then, if you're trans, they're like, you ain't our audience.
It's because they can make money off of us, making money off of our bodies and stuff, which you have.
But now they're being inclusive, so that's nice to turn around. But still, I can't forget that fucking time. But I still got to meet the artists I wanted to go see, Rihanna. Okay. So them kicking me out, I still met Rihanna and bitch, whatever, you know, like they thought that they tried it, but at the end, I still met her.
They're gonna.
So next topic we're gonna talk about is trans girls and friendships and the cattiness, because someone wants to talk about it.
It almost feels rare though, right?
No, because you were saying that like you never had a good experience with trans girlfriends, and I feel like that's like the same for a lot of trans girls. Because I think it's really hard to cultivate like a healthy and like it's just like bitterness and jealousy can kind of take over.
Right? Who's more real? Who's more cunty?
I have a lot of friends, and even more importantly, I love talking with like trans elders, like survivors, like
shout out to the girls that made it.
That made it. Okay.
Paying homage to y'all, for real.
Exactly.
Right.
Like the bitches who had to be passable or they were dead, you know what I mean? So like even one of my old coworkers, Andrea Horn, shout out to her. She is that bitch that Richard Pryor like paid for her pussy. Like that's that bitch. Like do y'all know about that? So she.
I know the 90s had some stories.
Oh, that's not the 90s. That's the 80s.
Ooh, the 80s and the 90s. I mean, there was some stories. They lived for us.
How was their pussies though? Because I mean, like, did they? I mean, it was probably like this. It was probably because they didn't have no inversions and all that before.
No, fast forward to this point.
No shade,
Don't watch this, Andrea.
Not that it matters, because I want to point out that genitalia does not dictate your womanhood. It really doesn't. No. Whether you have your, you know, or whatever you have out there, it doesn't make you any less than a woman. So I'm just joking around. I have a lot of insecurities, and there's sometimes where I feel a little gender dysphoria, and I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not perfect, and like I look in the mirror sometimes, and I feel like maybe I'm not what I aspire to visually be, you know. And some people may be like, you're crazy or whatever the case may be, but for me personally, there's times where I do feel like you know, I feel like a little, like, I don't know, for my side profile might look a little, you know, spooky or whatever kids may be. And that's my personal thing. But like, I think that just everybody just has their own.
Right. And since you having gender confirmation surgery, what would it be like to get spooked after that surgery? Like,
my thing is, you know,
I can't, like, I know girls who get the surgery and they're so depressed because they still get clots.
But my thing is, you see, that's the thing, like, people, like, there's some girls that, I mean, just that transition for the wrong reasons, and I like, even when it comes to that procedure in particular, I feel like you don't do that with a mindset of, I'm like, you know, get more men, or I'm gonna live my life fully and abundantly as a cisgender woman or whatever, because unfortunately that will never be, because I mean, you're a woman, you're a type of woman, but you're not cisgender. I mean, God didn't give you a vagina when you was born, and that's okay. That's fine. You're special. We're all special, and that's great. We should be proud of it. But personally, I got my you know, vaginoplasty, if you want to call it. Sounds funny, right? Vaginoplastic. That sounds so funny today, right? It's like vaginoplastic, but anyway. No, but when I had my surgery done, I made it like I made it clear to my. I made it. Listen, oh please, you know. It's a little imperfection, but that's cute though, because pussy's not perfect. I did it for myself. Like, like it was for me to feel like when I look down there, it's just I want my outer to match my interior, my insides. I just want to align, you know, together for myself though, for my mental being. Because honestly, like, there are different types of trans women. Yeah. For me personally, that was a very insecurity of mine. I felt super dysphoria, you know, growing up, and it was hidden for a while because I grew up in a very religious family.
Ooh,
my mother, she's a minister, and God bless her, we have a relationship now. But I come from a very, you know, ordained, you know, evangelist, stickle, you know, Christian background. So I was definitely, I had to hold in onto a lot, but I went through a lot of dysphoria, and I felt that like that needed not to be there. Like I felt like I was really in the wrong body, and that's how I feel. And now I'm, you know, more happy for myself and content for myself. But you know, it doesn't.
That's what it's about.
Right. That's what it's about. If you do it with the I'm gonna get more coin, or I'm gonna get more boys, I'm gonna get this, then you're up for setting yourself up for destruction. You're setting yourself up for that depression that you were speaking about. It's all gonna, because you're gonna realize that men are content with just that, you know, like men still see me as a trainee, which is a word I hate and I do not like to, but there are some men that do see me just as a trainee. They just still see me as a, oh, you're cute or whatever, oh, you got a fake pussy, oh, they don't see me, you know, respect me. But as long as you know who you are at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And just, you know, no, seriously, you know, really, dab to that. Can y'all dab? Exactly. I haven't seen none of y'all dab. Dab. Hey, stop it. But, you know, I feel like personally, like, it was never going to meet to the standard of, like, what cisgendered vagina would be. I think that it takes a couple procedures, you know, realistically to get to that point. But, yeah, I don't know. I've had, you know, and the thing is, I keep it real all the time. Like, even when I'm dating a guy, when I'm talking to a guy, when I'm, you know, confronting a guy, he's confronting me, he's trying to talk to me. I keep it 100. Like, listen, I'm trans, and there's been times where oopsies have happened in which, like, I was solidified, I was getting my life, they were loving me, and like, or he was loving me, a particular guy, and then things happened, and you know. It's happened. I'm not gonna lie, and I could actually talk about a story. Do y'all care to listen?
But I mean, I think we've all pussy stunted before. I mean,
not really.
But you see, I don't know. You see,
who has never pussy stunted?
Josie,
you pussy stunted before, where you didn't tell them that you had a. You didn't tell them.
No, I'm usually very open about mine.
That's good.
Yeah, I just told them right away.
No, but like.
Guys,
you never did it?
Be like,
you pussy stunted before?
Yeah.
I did. Girl, it's fun. No shade. I mean, it's not fun. Okay.
Now, you be careful though. Be careful.
No, at first, when you first do it, everyone's gonna have that experience where they're just going along with it. Don't ask, don't tell. I mean, I'm not walking up to you saying, I'm a transgender. Let's have sex. No,
but that shouldn't be your interest. Like when you, like, even if I'm in a bar, if I'm in a club, I'm not gonna sit here. If homie's flirting with me at the bar and trying to talk to me and initiate conversation, I'm not gonna be like, oh hey, by the way, my name's Morgan, I'm the transgender girl. I'm not gonna do that. Like,
I just assume that everyone knows.
I'm the same way. So if you didn't know, I'm like I thought you knew.
I thought you knew.
Like I had a guy who was like all over me, and he goes. I was like, baby, what happened? He's like, why you stop? Yeah, like,
fat pussy.
I was like, yeah. He was like tripping over himself. Like I thought he knew. I was like, hey, there's women come in different shapes and sizes.
Pussy stunning to me is when you're like literally getting fucked and he still does not know.
And still don't know,
Pussy stunning is basically when you don't tell me you're trans, you still have sex. I know. Whether that's giving him head, but you don't have to have sex. You can still give him, like, suck his dick and
honestly, I think it's like a fetishistic like ideology that even some of these men have. I think they want the trap girl, like they in their mind it helps them.
And they want to kill us.
But let's just make it a point that is not what we want our girls, any girl to, because I've
don't live that.
And I've done shit, but like let me tell you a story.
But it happens.
It happens, and listen, like I said before, I usually keep it 100 like all the time with any guy I talk to, because
98%.
If you can't take me at my, if you think this is my worst, me being transgender, you can't take me at my best. Like, you know what I mean? This is who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, you gotta take me in all my glory. So, but anyhow, what happened was that, long story short, I was in.
What happened was like.
Okay.
What happened?
So I was in my homegirl crib, and like. So we did. Yeah, I know taking me seriously. No, so I was at homegirl's crib, and long story short, like one of her like really good friends, he was a male. You know, we vibed. Like there was just something about him. We just started like it was the first time we ever met. we were just talking, clicking, and you know, we had an intellectual conversation. And mind you, like, he doesn't even, like, you know, he's not the typical guy that I would even go for, like, please, like, he wasn't. But like, there was something about his energy, something about the conversation. I'm very sapiosexual. Like, I'm into like the brain, fuck my intellect before you try to fuck anything else. So I dig that, you know what I mean? So we were just like for hours, like just talking, and then like everybody done fell asleep, did their own thing, whatever. We wind up in the house by ourselves, and we was lit. We was on the Henny. So we was on the Henny and a couple blunts, and like, yo, he kept telling me, he started looking at me, he was like, yo, I just wanna like taste you, I just wanna eat you out, I just wanna eat you out. And I was litified, girl. You know when you litified it, every sensation, every touch feels a little extra. Yeah. So like, he was, you know, he started touching me, whatever. And I was like, no, I kept on telling him, no, stop. And not even like really with the trans thing in my head, but I just wasn't even like, no, I don't even know you like that. Right. So he wanted to take me to some room that was, you know, had a bed, but it was empty. Ooh. And next thing you know, we give each other oral. Like, he was in my pussy. I was, you know, give him the best head of his life. And long story short, like, but the thing is, like, I thought that he knew that I was transgender or something. Like,
you thought he knew that you were post-op?
So, okay, listen, we're gonna get there. Listen, we're gonna get there. So, he done ate me out, I mean, like, fingers in it, all that, right? So, you know, like, he's taking me back, because this was in Staten Island. He taking me back to the ferry, whatever case it be. And, like, you know, like, we started, like, texting back and forth. Like, he's, like, sending me all these, like, oh, like, you know, you're cool, you're amazing. Like, and, like, he's telling his homegirl that, you know, he really digs me. Like, he really digs me. He likes my energy. Like, he really, like, had a thing for me. And low-key, I'm not gonna even front here. Like, I really liked him after that. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this guy is so sweet. He's so cool. Like, you know, like, we didn't even have, like, full-blown sex. We only exchanged that kind of energy via oral sex, to be honest with you. But it was still great. But so I asked his homegirl, I'm like, does he know that I'm transgender? I just want to make sure. We already swapped social media, so I figured I'm very open about it. Like, I'm not like every post like, oh, transgender, like trans body. I'm not that girl, because I'm just, I don't know, like, no shade, I'm not an advocate. You know, I do want wellness for the trans community.
After this, you will. But I'm
not okay.
I think advocacy is just basically being visible.
You're right. So, long story short, I said, wait, do you know I'm transgender, right? And that's how I said it. I was like, you know I'm transgender, right? And he was like, wow. He said, what? And he took a couple steps back. And he was like, what is that? And I was like, you don't know I'm transgender, blah, blah, blah. It's all over my page, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, are you serious? Like, and I told him, like, I was post-op or whatever. I told him, I explained to him, because he was like, he didn't understand. He was confused, because he was like, what girl you have? Like, you know, he didn't understand it. So, and mind you, he was almost like a little hood boy, low-key. So, I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sorry that I thought you already knew. He's like, you should have told me, blah, blah, blah. You fooled me, this, that, and the third. He started, like, just ranting, and then, like, I was drunk, so I started to cry. And I started to cry. I said, listen, because I felt like he was telling me I was trying to fool him, or I was trying to lie to him. And I'm never that type of person. And not only that, I'm not lying to you. This, what you see is what you get. This is who I am. And you saw it too, and you acknowledged it, and we enjoyed each other. And for whatever reason, I don't know, the time didn't permit for me to tell you at that point in time. And it wasn't like intentionally, but long story short, you know, I told him, I said, listen, there's girls out here that get killed for this. I wanted to stay here and lie to, that's why I started crying. I got emotional. So long story short, like, you know, he wasn't with it, and it was like a salty night after that, and like we parted ways. He deleted my social media. I don't even think he even is affiliated with the person that whom introduced. You know, he's not even fucking with her anymore, to my knowledge, or to my understanding, or to what I think. So, you know, and you know, and that's why, but you see, that was a time where I didn't do it intentionally. I didn't, you know, like, I wasn't trying to fool a guy, you know, but shit happens and things happened, and I didn't, you know. And just in general, like I said before, if I'm in a bar, if somebody's coming to me, it's like, you're beautiful, and wants to have a conversation with me, wants to buy me a couple drinks, I'm not gonna sit here and say, hi, I'm Morgan, I am transgender. No, I am Morgan. This is who I am, because that's transgender, being transgender, that doesn't dictate my existence. It doesn't, you know, it's not the slogan to and for my life. You know, this is, we live our lives regularly as women, as we are. We are a type of woman in which we should be recognized as, and that's the fact. And that's all I gotta say. You know,
that's the question. Okay, do girls actually get killed for pussy stunning though? Like, is that why
It's
they're
a
getting killed?
Fake fucked up thing, like
I
the
think
trans
panic. Basically, their logic is that they feel that because they figured out you were trans, they killed. It attacks their manhood or something.
Yeah, or they engage into
sexual
activity. Yeah.
I think girls are getting. I think it's deeper than what we are. Like, I don't think girls are just pussy stunning and getting killed. Like, I don't think guys can get that angry that like they find out that you're trans and they kill you.
Like Gwen
I think that.
Well, that's what the media painted to be.
Yeah, I think these girls have long-term relationships with these
Right,
guys.
a lot of them are in relationships with them. Like, they're men that they knew they were having sex with.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the stories that I've been hearing, they knew the attacker. It's not like they just shot them. Sometimes they're killing us because we don't want them. You know, I have guys that threaten me all the time because I don't answer my phone. Yo, I should fucking knock your door. Like, these men are like, their masculinity is so fragile. They don't want to be told no. And
have you seen that on Star? That show Star?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we go through that. Like, we go through that.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I need to see it, but.
But it still explains like it's like a complicated relationship with masculinity. Like they kill you at any point in the relationship. It's not like the first time you meet them. Like you could be in a relationship for 2 years and you make them mad like after 2 years and they'll kill you.
But it's also a respect thing too because they feel as though since you are transgender, right? Like they don't have to. They can cut you off at any point in time because you're not that much of a trophy, you know, thing.
No one's gonna look out.
They don't show you around anyways, you know, kind of thing.
It's like you're disposable anyway. So like if they kill you, like who's gonna check on you?
Yeah.
But even like like beyond like girls who were killed by who they're dating. There's like a long list of girls who are literally just killed in public. Like, there are like groups of people that will like clock you and then just like murder you.
I mean, hey.
Right, that's why it's like so. That's why this one was pressure to us to pass.
Experience.
That brings us back to the first topic. There's pressure for us to pass because we don't want it. Nobody wants to get shot for walking on the block, feeling fab. Like, and then you finally get the courage to walk outside in your womanhood and your truth, and then someone goes, "That's a man."
Exactly.
And then everyone's pointing like that's a horrible feeling. It's like being a witch and like a warlock or something. Like
that's why it's hard for us to be friends with each other because like sometimes we feel like we're like amplifying each other's like.
Like I can't sit next to her because she's too tall.
Yeah,
but that shows how insecure you are.
I don't feel that exactly.
But some girls are insecure and can't.
I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way.
Shout out to my gay little.
That's how I felt. Like when me and Sen first started going out, I was like I wasn't even on Moans. And I was like, oh shit, like, I was like so like scared because I was like, oh my god, like, Sen's gonna be clocked because of me, like, I'm gonna make her like night, like, porn or whatever. And then like, I was fine, like, you know what I mean? Like, we literally like made out with the same dude that night. And it was like, she's like,
yeah, freaky dinky.
But basically, yeah, like, it's like, it sucks that like,
please,
we left
let's
again.
Let's think about that night.
Separately.
Not at the same time.
Miss Innocent. I'm not that innocent.
But wait, what y'all doing at the same time? Like,
no, it was separate. But all I'm saying
hey,
is
we all get
sisters. I mean, come on. That's
girl, we all get turned up and have fun.
I'm sorry, my homie for the night is my homie for the night. If I see my girlfriend kissing, like,
no,
I'm like,
don't get me.
No, but some guys are community. Some guys are community pieces. Some guys are like, I don't care about you. You can have him, girl. Like,
no, but we didn't claim them or anything.
I don't like that though. I'm sorry because I don't like to be on nobody's hit list. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like no. Like if my girlfriend couldn't have it, because you could be kissing all up on you. Like, what makes you're gonna be kissing on me?
Hey, don't shame them. They were just having fun.
No. I'm saying general. I'm saying general.
Shaming them.
You started issues. You started trouble. Instigator. Oh my God.
You are judging. You are judging their sexual fluidity.
Yeah, first of all, that guy, he wasn't ours, so I
with my good girlfriend.
To him and
right.
I've done it. I mean, if I don't care about him, I'm like, girl, get about him.
It was cute though.
Not please. But
I'm seeing a trade kind of.
Right.
I have my piece right now, and I kind of want my girlfriend to have him. Cause you never felt that. You.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Wait, your girlfriend.
I get what you're saying though. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You wanna have a dick so good, you just. I need you to know what I'm feeling.
Like, you need
when
to
I tell you about him.
Also,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
you be sharing the dick literally. Oh, girl, you was
Wait. But that's a real sister. A real sister will hand over some
Okay,
good
no,
things for you.
I don't think those guys are good.
No.
I don't think
No.
Wait. I have done that before. I had a boy who put it down. I'm like, bitch.
I mean, if he's just straight,
I want to bless you with some girl. Take his girl, call him, hit him up. Here's his kick. And the girl's like, girl, yeah, he put it down. I'm like, I know, girl. But I mean, if you're using protection, I understand. Or it's like, I'm not booty cat.
Coincidentally, let's say if like I found out my homegirl fucked the dude after me, like, and like that I fucked around with, like I wouldn't feel bothered because she didn't know.
I feel like that's why like it's hard for us to be friends because like whenever like
one of the things.
we're friends with each other, we're like, oh, you're trans. Like we just get reminded of our transness, and it just like makes it even more like.
Sometimes,
like,
yes, we are literally just sit and trigger each other.
I think the biggest problem when I make friends with trans girls is that like I don't compete with them on a realness level. I compete with them on like a professional level, like where like what kind of opportunities she's getting, and I'm like,
Oh, so we can't sit with you, Miss Editor?
no.
I feel like I've experienced that, and I've even been that person at one point in my life. Thankfully, I've grown out of it. But like, it's really a toxic thing because like you gotta just congratulate, be happy for your sisters, your brothers, whomever, like that are elevating, whatever. Like I'm the type of person like. First of all, I'm grateful that I'm even here because like she said, we all doing something, and I like to surround myself with people that are like-minded in a way that we all goal-oriented and we all want to do better and bigger for ourselves. But like I'm the type of person like we all like it's kind of ladder together. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh wait, I want to be ahead of her. Like some people want to see you do good, but not better than them, and I don't like that's toxic. That's the shit that I don't. That's the shit that I don't like to, like, you know, and it's no shade, you know, like that become, and then you start becoming envious, and then I believe in energy. Energy is very, you know, real, and vibrations are very real, and they also very transferable. So if you sitting here, and let's say if I'm posting something, let's say on social media, talking about something that happened great, and that I'm celebrating about, there's some, no, but there's some people that will wish that upon you, like, oh shit, why she doing that, and they will impose that negative energy, and like you feel it, like you will feel like it's real, like that's why I have friends like that. Like that's why I don't post all of my successes or everything that I'm doing, because there are some people that
not everybody can handle it.
People are shady. People don't want to see you do well, and it's because of shit like that. But you know what? I applaud you for even admitting that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're a hater or anything. I'm just saying in general, like,
No, we all go through that.
I've gone through that too. I've gone through that too.
I'm just like, girl.
Yeah.
I think that's like a way to be healthily envious, if you will, just like, well,
But be inspired.
Yeah, be inspired.
Yeah, how do you do it? Ask questions. How do you do it? Where you going?
Like, I'll be like, what did Janet do? Like, when she was this age, like, what did she do? Like, it's not
Shout
like
out to Janet Mock. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Janet Mock. Oh my god.
Surpassing Certainty. Get the book.
Right. I mean, I think that we just need more motivation and more visible people who are inspiring, you know?
Like, it's not even, you know, even just to go back to my Facebook post, but it's not even always like necessarily jealousy. It's like resentment for just sometimes the way that society is, and like the opportunities people get and who gets those opportunities, and like what they can make from those opportunities. Even if I can receive the same opportunity, I still gotta pay rent, you know, tomorrow.
Right.
But, you know, somebody else is like living with their rich husband or something and gets the same opportunity, and then they can do that because they have, you know, the other thing. So that's
right, but sometimes a pretty picture isn't really always what it is.
Yeah,
like someone could, you know, a lot of girls say, I have my husband, and you don't know that, you know, he's secretly a chaser, and she's putting up all that shit.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, like, there's certain things that, honey, I won't put up with. So some girls, they make it look good, but not everything is what it is, what it seems to be, you know?
Very true.
But, oh my God, we're just on a fucking roll. This is like a fucking saga. Josie, you been quiet over there, girl. Where you at?
No, I'm like, I was going back to, like, we all go through that moment where we like, oh my God, like, she's doing better than me. But like, if you bring that to you, that will bring you more like,
yeah, it does.
Yeah, you have to like make your own goals, focus on yourself
Exactly.
before you start thinking about what someone else is doing.
It's
'Cause,
true.
Yeah, it will fuck you up.
It will put you in a dark place. And trust me, because like I said before, it's more of like, damn, like, you know, I should be busting my ass and I should be doing that. And like, but then it becomes negative because you start thinking, you start to resent the fact that another person's doing or ahead of you. And I've been there and stuff, but now I'm in a phase of my life where I'm like, nah, that's not healthy, that's not good, and it doesn't elevate myself. What elevates myself is me in a recording studio, you know, recording a song, writing some music on my bed, you know what I mean, networking with people, meeting all wonderful people, going, you know, different places. That's what's gonna elevate myself. And I know I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I will get there in due time. And everybody there's a time and place for every single one. Like, you know what I mean, some people, they get their shit quicker, they get their, you know what I mean, they get you know, they're booked. Everyone's
time will come. Yeah. There's no limit to your greatness. You can be great at any time of your life. Like, it's like, oh my god, I'm in my 20s, I have to do this. No, it can happen whatever. We have to not rush things either.
A shift in just the collective way of the way that we think about this stuff is that help someone else get to that point also. Like, don't just have it for yourself.
Right, or don't open the door and close it. Like, there's one of my trans sisters from the UK. Shout out to the girls in UK. There's girls overseas that watch the show. Okay. Charlie Craig, she's a trans activist. She told me that this tea time inspired her to write her book, Dear to My Trans Sisters, I believe it's called. And just to see that just what we're doing right here can inspire someone else to do something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's like little things mean so much. Like, being visible is easy as just sitting here right now, you know?
Yeah.
But, wait, last topic. Let's get into this because it's the holiday. Holiday triggers. So we're gonna talk about holiday triggers. You know, during the holidays, a lot of LGBT people feel depressed and alone, may not have a significant other or supportive family or friends. How do you get through the holidays?
Why are you looking at me?
So, like, the holidays are hard for me because I don't really have a lot of friends, and my family is like really small. So during the holidays, I'm kind of just like with my family, and it's kind of like lonely and depressing. I think the important thing is just to remember that everything is like temporary and it'll pass, and then
That's real.
And one day you'll build your family of your own, you know?
Everybody knows I just hate the holidays. I don't even think it's because of like transness or loneliness. Like, I honestly love being alone, and I'm never that lonely. People are always fucking messaging me on fucking Facebook and all kind of shit, and I'm just like, okay, I'm trading everywhere, you know what I mean? But I think the holidays are fucking capitalistic scam, and I just ain't got no time for that. I don't give a fuck.
I got the coin either.
Okay, I ain't got the coin.
Bitch, I love you. That's enough.
I love you.
Okay.
Where's my gift?
Mwah.
I don't know, I guess I'm very traditional in that sense that I'm annoying, like one of those, I mean, not like, oh my god, Christmas, but like, it's tradition, like, I guess it's the Latina-ness of it all, that like, you know, I go to my grandma for Thanksgiving, yeah, well, my grandma doesn't make that for, it's still Christian, you know, like a Christian family, whatever, so they don't, I mean, she'll make a cookie stuff, whatever, but like, she doesn't, but anyway, but like, you know, Thanksgiving and like Christmas, those are things that we do, like, you know, hold on dearly to, because my family is fairly small as well. I do have a bigger family, but I just like don't speak to my father's side of the family. I don't even speak to my father. I haven't spoken to him since I was like 14 years old. I'm 25 years old right now. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, I'm more in touch with my, you know, just my mother's side of the family. Right, exactly. That maternal. Oh, what a great word. But yeah, so yeah, I guess I never really get the blues. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I think I'm cool and chilling. What gets me the blues when I see homeless people in the street and shit like that. Like, so I want to do something for some homeless people this year, and stuff. Yeah.
Right, that sounds cute. I mean, oh my god, the holidays when I was younger, it's like you were so excited. But when you get older, it's like it's not the same. It's like, oh, you don't wake up like you know Santa Claus is not real. I feel like since I transitioned, like holidays have been different because I don't see I used to be so family oriented, and I was like, certain people you don't understand me, and that's fine. I'm not gonna force myself to be, you know, like, so choose your own family and, you know, enjoy your holidays with them, you know?
Right.
This was my first holiday with family after I transitioned, so they haven't like seen me like this before. So I'm like a little nervous. My grandmother, who is like the boss, like the big boss in the family.
The big boss.
Yeah.
Big mama.
She is super supportive, so that's like super helpful. Like I feel like she keeps people in check.
Nice.
And my family, my like mother and my mom and dad and little brother like have started calling me like sister and daughter, so that's pretty good.
That's
Good.
beautiful.
That's
But
amazing.
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
we'll see. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
About you, Jofi?
I mean, I'm a family person, so like spend my time with my family. They're really big and really supportive, so I'm like, I thank God for that. But at the same
And you're
time,
a Dominican family, right?
yes, you even feel alone, even surrounded by your family. You feel in your own
That's
little,
true. Yeah, that's what
space.
she was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jasmine, how?
I
Is it jingle bells or jingle hell?
Jingle hell. That's just what I like. But I don't know. I used to be really into that like when I was younger, and I think I got a little jaded because you know my family kicks me out and like all that kind of stuff.
Same.
You
But
know.
we have to for
We have to
ourselves, we have to, because
And
we
since-
can't live our life
Exactly.
with our resentment.
And I'm 33 years old. You know, my family has come around over the years, and like I've been, I went to Christmas with my family, but honestly, I'm like sitting there with my family, I'm like, girl, like I just want to go get drunk at the club. Like, I don't want to be
Like,
here.
are y'all gonna try shots? Are y'all gonna try
Like,
me?
okay. So they tried to do this whole thing, and I was just kind of like, oh, I don't really care. And they're like, Jasmine, come out of your room. I'm like, I'm not coming out of my room. There's too many people. They're like, get out of here. You know?
Some people feel like they're like the outcast of the family. You know,
Yeah.
like you're the only. Some people, I'm the only trans person in my family. The only trans, LGBT, anything. So, but then there's a lot of lesbians. But lesbians are so like, oh, you're a lesbian, that's it. But like when you're trans, it's like, I don't know.
Exactly. So, but I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the holidays.
Right. So sometimes it makes you think about, oh, if you're single, like it makes you think about, oh, it would be nice to have a family. It would be nice to have a boyfriend. It would be nice to have. It makes you really think about things. But at the same time, bitch, you got yourself, you got your health.
Yeah.
You popping.
Exactly.
You know, it's like we don't really need no one. We got ourselves, and we got our sisters.
We have chosen family.
And we are
Trans. Right, so happy holidays to everyone. This was an interesting, very long and beautiful conversation. Thank you, Josie. Thank you, Sin. Thank
so
you,
much for having us.
Yes,
Morgan.
Ashley.
Thank you, Jasmine. And thank you, Camilla,
Ashley and
everyone.
Sen for putting this together.
Right.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having us.
Yeah.
All of you guys, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Mwah. See you soon. Hopefully, you'll see them again. Mwah. Good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.